My name is Nikhil Abuvala. You are here in Roux30a, located in South Walton, community of Grayton Beach. We are a chef's table restaurant that has been here for 11 years now. We do 6-course tasting menus almost exclusively, using the fresh local ingredients that we find from here in South Walton and the communities around. Yes, I mean, we have all these ingredients right here. Right now, we're just in the process of kind of, testing new dishes, putting things together. We're closed on Mondays. Today's Monday, so this is just playtime for us. And then, by Friday, you've refined it, and then next Tuesday, you start over again. So, all of our menus here at Roux, I mean, we create them for guests that want to have a really beautiful dining experience. And for us, that experience is best done when it's showcasing these local vegetables and these local dishes that we absolutely love. We sous vide this, so wanted to see if there was enough cook time to really get the tenderness I want out of it. Lamb rump has a lot of sinew in it, so we're trying to break it down. So for the most part, this is just to judge what happens at the different temperatures. Temperature and time. Try to change only one thing so that, it's easier. It is a science experiment a little bit. You're constantly learning. Sometimes your Instagram feed teaches you something new. What is this? I've never heard of this before. Let's find out about it. Oh wow, I didn't know that was grown in our backyard. You can't limit yourself to just trying to do it one way, or it comes from everywhere. I mean, truthfully, the best way to learn anything is to just immerse yourself wholly. Traveling for me is one of my biggest passions, and traveling with food and learning about food from different cultures and the way that different people do different things is one of the most important aspects in my life. And with our food and our cooking, I mean, we heavily reflect that. Where we are on the Gulf Coast, we have a lot of amazing fish that are here. Stuff that you only have here on the Gulf Coast. We have the Atlantic that's right here. Some fish will swing on over and we'll get it. I mean, we had one of the largest bluefins in Florida was just caught a couple months ago right in Destin. Actually, tattooed on my arm is a tuna. So yeah, we have some snapper for tonight's dinner that we got also right out of the water here in the Gulf. So you can't beat having that fresh fish and that fresh access to that fish. Sushi has always been a love of mine. That's where it all began. I started as an apprentice sushi chef when I was 13 years old and have never looked back. So I worked in restaurants ever since then, since I was 13, and been in professional kitchens now, 21 years, which is really weird to say. 13 is when I started professionally, but I mean, cooking and been a huge part of my family for as long as I can remember. My grandmother's from India, she's from Mumbai. My first memory as a child is rolling flatbreads and making roti and naan with her, and just being in the kitchen. And everyone in my family, from my mother to my aunts and uncles, it's always been a part of our culture, but I'm the only idiot that went into it professionally. Being in this industry, it is the most rewarding thing in the world, because it's the only industry in the world where you come up with an idea, you manufacture that idea, you sell that idea, you present that idea to your customer, and then your customer reviews it all within a couple of hours. So that instant gratification that you get from your customer is unlike anything else. Whether it's positive or negative, you get it right away. But it is really, really hard. It is really, really grueling. It's really, really rewarding, but you have to be able to do the hard work and understand that there's that hard work. I say it all the time, but this area, as far as a community of business owners and a community of chefs, is really unlike a lot of places in the world. I mean, everybody supports everybody else. Everybody will send it over. If our fish didn't come in, I mean, Tim will run down to Stinky's and go borrow fish from them. I mean, it's like, like that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen in a lot of places. That's a very unique thing to this area. This whole restaurant's about community, and when you're fortunate enough to be, in a great community, and you talk about it and tell everyone about it. We actually had 2 couples that came down about 7-8 years ago. They sat down across from each other at the table. The couples ended up breaking up with each other, and then 2 of them that had met at that dinner started dating. Then they got engaged. We did their engagement party. So it's pretty cool that that sort of experience is something that could happen in, the whole point of these communal tables. So I mean, we stand by that. One of the most intimate things you do with your friends is really eating out and dining. And the whole idea behind community dining for us was, how do we bring our family and this community together and become this greater family? Food is one of the most defining aspects of any culture. Traveling to explore where these identities come from and how they formed really inspires us to come home and play around with new things and play around with new ideas. And for us, we don't have to actually think that hard, because a lot of the ingredients that they'll use, we have a correlating ingredient here. They're just cooked a little bit differently and cooked with different seasonings, and they all came to that dish uniquely on their own. And there's something to that and something beautiful about that. So being able to explore those ingredients in a different way really lets us be super creative and have a lot of fun.